Hello everybody, thank you for stopping by. I'm so glad that you did. I'm here for a little share. It shouldn't take long. I am still working on my journal for Journaling Angela. She is on YouTube, Etsy, and Instagram. And the last video I shared some of the digitals I'd be working with, which was, I think, in the pink. But I've chosen 2 more digitals to work with, and I wanted to share those with you because they are gorgeous and work perfectly with my journal that I'm making, and I'll show you what I've been working on. I've been fighting a migraine, and that's why I haven't been around, but I feel a little bit better today, so I thought I'd put up a video while I feel better. Excuse me, I'm just gonna have some water. So this is the Parisian kit, and it's gorgeous, and I've already used it, some of it. So there's one page. I don't know if I have them in order. And another. And another. Now you could cut this out and use it for ephemera or a whole page, which I think I used it for a whole page. That's upside down. Again, a whole page, or you could cut these out, fussy cut them out. I mean, there's so much you could do with these kits. Again, a whole page, fussy cut them out, use them for ephemera. Now I am doing a Jane Austen themed journal. However, it's got a little bit of a twist. Jane Austen was not only a book writer, but she was a stitcher. Beautiful stitching, and I'll show you that as I show you in my journal. So I took it to the stitching theme. So it still has a book theme, but it has a stitching theme as well. She actually was very famous for her bonnets, and that's why you see a lot of Jane Austen in bonnets. This is gorgeous. All of this ephemera is beautiful. And then tags, which can either be for French or, you know, Victorian or Georgian or Regency. It doesn't matter. It's just beautiful. Oh, that's just a piece I have to print on piano paper. And then this is her Textiles kit, which goes perfect with my theme that I'm going with the Jane Austen. I may have a couple of extra pages in here because some of them I used for pages, some I'm using for ephemera. But you could make, it's primarily for a tall, skinny journal, but like all of the digitals I use them every which way. You know, there's no reason why you couldn't use that as a page or ephemera. There's just so much you can do with this kit. Actually, I am going to be tracing, you know, Solvay and things like that. Solvay is a particular paper you can trace and do stitching with. I love this kit. It's my favorite textile kit so far that I've ever had in my collection. But see, you could use this way. Tall, skinny, ephemera. She's done a gorgeous job. And there's tons of pages, as you can see. Excuse me. That's the same one. I printed it twice by accident. And that one too. And possibly that one. I think I hit print twice. Yeah, I did. It doesn't matter. I'll be cutting it up because I already have most of these pages in my journal. But see, you could use it in your journal going this way. Nothing says you have to use your papers this way. Oh, that's just tea stain paper. So let me show you where I am on it. I haven't really been able to work much on my journal because, like I said, I've been fighting a horrible migraine. It's like one right after the other. But so far, oh, let me just pull these aside. These are some very antique linen little tray cloths. And I love them, so I'll be using those. And I've already used one. I had 4. So it's a no-sew journal, and I'll show you what I mean by that. I am following Meredith on Shamir, and I will leave her link in the description below, as well as the links to all of Angela's links for her kits. And all you have to do is, if you like the textile kit, click the textile kit, and so on. And also the pink collection. Hold on one second. I just realized my music was on. I'm sorry about that. So, this is part of the cover. It's got 3 parts. So, I've done this cover 3 times. Finally landed on one. So, I've got 1, 2, 3 layers of lace, and then this embroidery. This will go here. This will open up. It's got 2 pockets. This is my hand-dyed paper on watercolor paper. This will go on top of here. Sorry about this. I've got everything clipped together because I have to make the closure before I go any further with putting it together. So this will go here, sort of. Then this will open. It'll be attached. This will be attached to here. This will get attached to here. This will get attached to here. Okay? This is from, I forget which kit. The pink. Then this is my cover. It's tea stain. And then I've got a couple of pieces of cardstock behind it. This is something I had already printed, and I don't remember what collection it's from, but I put that on the back. Okay, so that's my cover. So all of these will be attached. And then this will be the first page. Well, I don't know what pages. I haven't got them in complete order yet. This is the back of my cover. I've got some, I think 2 layers of lace back here that I stitched and then glued here, which I hated gluing it, but there was no way I could, you know, this is very heavy because it's got 2 pieces of cardstock between these 2 pieces that I printed on cardstock, so it's very heavy, so I can't stitch it. But I've been stitching all these pieces and then the embroidery here. Then I have to, I've already stitched this onto here, this onto here. I've got to stitch this onto here and then figure out how I'm going to attach it, because I hate gluing fabric or lace. This particular piece and this piece here are from my friend Patty at Woodland, oh, I forget. Wildflower Studio. She's on Etsy, Instagram, and eBay. I found her on Instagram. So I hope that makes sense. And then here are some of the pages. So this will get attached to this page, either with lace or paper. And then here's another page. Oh, I forgot about these. These are some patterns I got from Graphic Fairies. They are Jane Austen patterns. And I printed them on vellum. I still have to stitch just around them. I was going to stitch in each one, but I'm not going to. This piece here, I met a woman who was a doll maker. Well, her mom was. She was from Germany, and they escaped Germany, went to France, then Belgium, and then the United States. And this was part of a doll dress she made. She was making dolls when she was 9 in a doll factory in Germany. And she continued refurbishing dolls and making doll clothes. And I had bought some patterns from her, and she had asked me, I had asked her if we got to be talking, and I asked her if she had any fabrics or laces from when her mom made doll dresses, and she said she'd look, and she ended up gifting me bags of laces and items that were already started to be made. Like this was like a pair of pantaloons from a dress, or underneath a dress that was going to be made. You might still be able to see like part of how she was stitching it. So I used that and stitched, you know, just to keep it together. It's so fragile. And then I put these pieces on, and I'm going to just stitch around the vellum. And then they will go inside here, and they'll be just little flips. This is going to be a top tag, but I used Parisian and the pink kit. But see how you can use that as ephemera. This is a book page from the Victorian flower book. Anyway, one of my flower books. The pink collection, which has a lot of sayings in it from Jane Austen, which was great. Here is another page, but I put a pocket. If you can see it, I just double printed it and then put this. So this is on the page, but I reprinted it and put this over that part. You probably can't see it, but anyway, that's going to be a pocket. This is a page from Sampool, but it's got a lot of lace on it. I needed to break up the pinks. This is Amity Bloom. This is a vintage wallpaper I have, and I've embossed it and then printed on it. This is from the Paris collection from Angela's, but this is vintage wallpaper. I have a whole roll of it. Again, I made I think this is a side tuck. So underneath this is the whole page, but underneath here, oh, maybe I didn't. Oh, yes, I did. Underneath there is the same, if you can see that, but I just put it over it so that I could use it as a side tuck. Another one from the Victorian flower album. So pretty. I love these pages. This is from the French collection, and then this is from the pink collection. Pink collection, haven't done anything with that yet. This is the Textile, and then I made a pocket out of the vintage wallpaper I have and embossed it. It flattens it real well because it's on a roll. I found it in a vintage shop. It was $1 a roll, and it's like, I forget how many yards is on the roll, but this is it right here. This is just a piece of it right here. So, and then here again, I printed it again, and then just put this over the page like this, so it's glued like here. And this is going to tuck inside there. Again, Sampool. Victorian floral album. This paper, I have a cabinet in my craft room. It's beautiful. I love it. It was made in the 1800s, and it was a pie safe. But a gentleman bought it from Ohio, and he redid the cabinet, put in glass doors, some drawers, and some wooden cabinets underneath. But the top cabinet is glass. Inside was some shelf liner paper, very old. So I added that, and then this is going to be part of that page. It's right here. I have tons of it. My husband was like, what are you going to do with that? Because I took it all out of the cabinet when I painted it, and I said, I'll use it, my journals. He said, we're going to need a storage unit. That was like 2 years ago. We still need a storage unit because I save everything. The pink collection. When I make my lace masterboards, I scan them. And this is a scanned copy of one of the lace masterboards. Same lace masterboard copy. I make them really big, and then I scan them. And then I use them in my journals. And I think that might go in there, I'm not sure. Parisian kit. Pink kit. But see how well they go together? I love them. And then again, another one of those doilies from Sampool. And then the back. I may add a few more pages, but I think that's probably plenty because I have a ton of ephemera. So I still have, I'm going to leave the link for Meredith's. I'm not doing it exactly the same because I am a very visual learner, and I can't, I wasn't going back and forth watching how she did it. I just kind of put my pages together, and then I was like, oh, she did hers different. But it's okay. It's going to be pretty much the same. And that will go there. So you can see how well all these pages, these kits go together. They're just perfect. And then I've pulled out tons of, I've got my buttons, my laces, and then I pulled out, anytime I pull fabrics for a kit, I put them in this tin, and I pulled way too many, but I can still go through it. This was a sewing tin, but I have a whole bunch of fabrics and buttons and seam binding that I've dyed, and laces, so I can just, go through this as I do some stitching for it. So it's a work in progress. Just wanted to come on and say hello, and I'm okay. I haven't gone anywhere. These are printed on fabric, so I use them here and there for my snippets. I don't remember whose kit they're from, but I pulled them out of my slow stitch bag to use them in this journal. So that's another good idea. You can always print on fabric. And then I think this is Old Bassini, because I got it years ago and printed like mad on fabric because I thought they'd make great snippets. So just kind of thinking, about all of that. No, that's not going to stay closed. Why? Tag I made. So that's what I've been up to, and fighting my migraine. And I hope that you like that. It will probably look completely different when I'm done, but I just wanted to show you how well Angela's papers do really go well together, and how many different things you can do with them. Like she did a tall skinny journal with this one, but you know, as you can see in one of these pages, or a couple, so I've used a couple, but I didn't want to use too many because I'll be using it for ephemera. But see, you can use it sideways, it doesn't matter, it looks perfectly beautiful. And this probably isn't going to go in there. I just don't want to lose it. I haven't stitched it up yet. So that's where I am so far. And I will see you hopefully very soon. I have some ideas for pockets that I haven't made before. And oh, I'm working on the closure, but it still needs to be stitched. I'm working on a whole bunch of things over here, so I'm not going to pull it all out. This is part of the closure so far, but I still need to do some stitching on it. That's going to be part of the closure, but it's not going to be that big. I just kind of pinned it all together to see how I wanted it. And this is the most gorgeous tool you'll ever feel in your life. It is pink, and that's from my friend Patty as well, from Wildflower Studios. I think these ribbons are hers too. This one's mine, I know, because it was my mother-in-law's. I usually use these at Christmas because they remind me of snowflakes. I may not even use that because I have some ideas for buttons too. So that is all that I'm working on. I have pulled out some vintage ephemera, and I have scanned some and copied it because I only had one. So that's about it. So I will see you in the next video. Until then, be well, be safe, be kind to yourself and others, and do visit, please visit. Angela just came out with another digital that's absolutely gorgeous. It's neutrals. It's beautiful. That will be my next purchase. Oh dear. I have so many digital. I have so many kits, and I am still working as well. I'm kind of flip-flopping between this one and my sea theme journal, which I'll be working on all of August. So I really do want to get this done within the next week. So until next time, be well, be safe, be kind, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, everybody. God bless. Bye-bye.